Okay, you guys. This is my first YouTube video. Well, my first live, not live, but my first recording. Way back when YouTube first started, I actually did videos, like compilation videos, where I would cut and slice different video clips from different um, shows that I would like, that I loved, like Jason and Elizabeth from General Hospital. I'm dating myself now. Um, um, let's see who else. Eric and Suki from True Blood, and a couple of others. So what I'm doing now is I have signed up for a channel, and I'm going to create my own video content. This is a new thing for me, so I don't know how this is going to go. I'm used to teaching in front of a live audience of students, or I'm used to using my phone and just doing Facebook Live video feeds. So to work with Corel Video Studio program, I haven't done this in like 20 years, so this is all refreshing my memory. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'll go back and I'll watch the video clips and see if I have to edit anything out, but hopefully this is all working correctly. So first off, let me give you an introduction and tell you what I'm doing on this page, or this feed, or whatever the hell it's called now. My name is Kristen. I go by Kristen Lee professionally in my tarot reading business. I am a tarot reader. I am a medium, although I don't like to label myself that. I'm actually more of an intuitive empath. And I don't even like the word empath anymore. As I get more spiritually developed, I'm realizing that I don't like the buzzwords. I don't know. I use them because most people identify with them, but I don't like using them. That being said, I will identify myself as such, but I don't like to identify myself as such. So this YouTube page is called Spiritually Organic and Authentically Me. And the reason why I decided to call it that, and it's a division of my storefront in Haverhill. So I own a metaphysical store in Haverhill, Massachusetts, called Bohemian Cove. You can Google it. You can find the website in the channel information. And so I've only been open since March of 2022. This was my dream, my goal. And I've done it, but I'm not getting the amount of business that I had hoped for when I first started opening. They're trickling in little by little. So somebody reached out to me and said, you should start a YouTube channel. And I'm like, a couple of somebodies, very close somebody to me, and then another somewhat close somebody to me. So they both reached out to me and said, you should really start a YouTube channel. And as much as I don't want to do this, I decided, well, I'm going to, because of the reasons I will explain in a little while. So anyway, a little bit about me. So my name is Kristen. My name is Kristen Lee. That's my tarot reading name. That's what I go by. I have a storefront, River Street. By trade, I am an English comp professor. So I am used to being on screen as a teacher, which is hopefully what's going to help me get through this stuff, because I really hate talking to myself and nobody else on camera. So I'm hoping once the live YouTube feeds come through that I can start doing live videos, because then I feel like at least I'm talking to somebody, even if nobody's really watching. But it's kind of like teaching my students on Teams, like I'm here and all I see is their letters on the Teams chat. I don't really see any of their faces unless they turn the videos off. So I really hate doing this, but so whatever, I'm getting out of my comfort zone. So I'm doing this. I'm doing this because things need to change. What things need to change? We rely too much on technology. It's ironic, I know, but here I am on technology telling you that we rely too much on technology. Spiritually, my goal is to get you from in front of your screens and into the real world again. Okay? This is the problem. When we come together physically in a setting, like a classroom setting, or we come together physically in a store setting, there's a lot of energy there. Some of the energy vibes, some of it doesn't. And we'll talk more about energy and everything else in another video. But oops, know what happened there. My screen froze for a minute, or it went black, so I'm not sure what's going on. But, so there's so much energy out there that needs to be brought together. Like we rely so much on TV and this and that, the computer and tablets, that we forget that we're trying to connect with each other on that level. But we forget what the meaning of being human is. The meaning of being human is loving each other and coming together and embracing each other, hugging each other, loving each other, kissing each other, you know, in all ways, shapes, and forms. And yes, there's an energy exchange when we do things on the computer and on the phone, but it's more than that. I don't care about people in, 350 miles away from me. I don't really care about what they're doing. They can find people locally. I want to focus on local people that can come into my shop, that can hug me, that can say, oh my God, Kristen, you changed my life. That's what I want. If you get something out of this and you're 300 miles away and you come to Massachusetts, you visit my store, great, awesome, fantastic. But that's not my goal. My goal is to not be Joe Dispenza. My goal is to not be worldwide known and make a gazillion. I don't want to do that. That's not my goal. My goal is to get you to come to me. My goal is to get you out of your house and go to your local metaphysical shop, wherever it is, and connect in person with those people. Because that energy, that's what makes the difference. This, energy, think of it as like, radio waves or TV waves. They get dispersed. The energy gets dispersed through the screen, behind the screen, right? It can work, but it's not as strong and it's not as real, because you don't know what people are hiding like behind the screens. You don't know what people's true authentic selves are. We can portray images on the screen. I used to be an actress in high school. I mean, I could put up an acting facade and be like, oh yeah, hey, this is what spirituality is all about, blah, 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 blah. No, but I'm not that. That's not who I am. So that's why this is called Spiritually Organic and Authentically Me, because all you're going to get on this program is me being organic. So there's no script. There might be an outline of what I want to talk about during the day, like I do with my students, but I literally just teach my students whatever comes to my head. So I have things I have to follow, right? Obviously, I have things I have to teach them, but how it works and what happens during that video session is all organic. Things go wrong. Tech wipes out. I freeze. Sometimes the sound doesn't come on the right way, and I don't care. I just say, all right, bear with me. We're having tech problems. We'll get back to it. And then it happens. And that's what you're going to find here. I'm not going to edit the videos. I might add music to them. That's probably the extent of the editing that I'll do, but I'm not going to copy paste. It's too much work. I don't have time for that. Whatever I record is going to go organically into YouTube. You're going to see the mistakes. You're going to see everything, because that's who I am. And it's authentic. And that's what leads me to say the next part of this. Authentically me. What you see is what you get. There's no filter. Well, maybe some swearing filters here and there, because, I don't know who's going to watch this stuff. And I'd like to have it be towards all ages, or not children, but like, young adults, teens, and some videos may be geared toward, younger children, middle school children, high school kids, that type of stuff. When I talk about certain perspectives or certain workshops that I have coming up or whatever. So that might be something that will be age restricted, but I'm not going to worry about any filters. I mean, obviously I'm going to be fair, and I'm going to be, not, I don't like talking about politics, so you'll never hear me talking about politics. I don't like talking about social norms or social issues. I won't be talking about anything like that. What I'm going to talk about is things that matter to me. So what matters to me is learning, growing, developing spiritually. Talking about how I've gone through my life. And I may edit some of that, because I don't want my whole life being broadcast on national YouTube TV now. But I will give the major points of my life and some of my background history to tell you how I've gotten to this point. how I've evolved from this point in my life. So, um, you know, that's what I'm offering up. And so hopefully you'll like it, and hopefully you'll subscribe and you'll follow the YouTube page, and then you'll go to my website, bohemiancove.com, and you'll check out my store. And if you're anywhere local to the Massachusetts Haverhill area, you will come to my shop and you will get a tarot reading done, or you'll sign up for a workshop, or you'll come shop. I have tons of crystals. I have the largest selection of sage in my area. I have over 15 varieties of sage. I have a sage bar because I have so many different sages. You can kind of walk around and pick different ones and mix and match them. So it's really fun. I have incense. I have homemade local products from friends of mine that have made local jewelry to candles. I have my own products that I've made and created: soaps, magic wands, spell kits, sachets. I wrote a book. I have a published book, and I'm in a couple of other books. So this place I cherish and I love, and I'm here now. This is my wall behind me. It's got, this is my events calendar and my inspirational and motivational thing. And this is, I tend to think of myself as a, where is it? This way, destination place. So I have a map, and I've had people from California stop in. I've had people from Missouri, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Connecticut, down from Vermont, New York. So I've had people from all over all of a sudden, really come to my shop and see me, because I am, and I quote this is my favorite thing, is I'm a little bit of Salem and Haverhill. So if you're familiar with Salem, Massachusetts, you know that that's the witch capital of the world, right, of the United States. And I'm only 40 minutes away from there. And I love that city so much. I go down there as much as I can, but I would never open a shop down there because the traffic is crazy. There's so much, tourism, and I love, as much as I love going to visit there, I wouldn't want to work down there or live down there. No offense to any of my Salem friends. I love you all. But I always felt the drive to open a store in Haverhill, Mass, because it's a little cozier, and it's got more of a downtown. It's like got a nice little downtown area. It's up and coming, and it's got college kids, and I'm like, well, that's where I want to be. It just, there was this push and this drive to come back home to Massachusetts from New York, where I spent 30 years of my life. Not New York City. Everybody thinks New York and they think New York City. No. So I came home last year, opened the shop, and like I said, I just love this little building that I'm in right now currently. Not sure how long I'm going to stay, because my goal is to get a bigger space, that I have a bigger back room or multiple rooms, so that I can, rent out space to a practitioner and have a craft section, so I can work in my back room and make all my products right here in the store, and just be able to read tarot and then hold more workshops and bigger events. So that's ultimately my goal is. But right now I'm here in this shop, and I love this place. It's cozy and it's comfortable, and it's got a nice energetic vibe to it. So this is where I am now. And eventually another place will find me, and I'll be able to partner up with someone who is willing to help me and do what they, and do their practitioner work, and, I do mine. So that's where I'm at. Okay. So I think that's the end of this video. I might go on and record another one, and then I'll post another one after this about, like, the intro to spirituality in my life, and then we can kind of go from there. So I will see you guys on YouTube. Love, light, peace, joy, and happiness to you all.